I'm telling you, Final Fantasy 16 is really fun and entertaining. Is what I would say if I could play it. Yeah, I don't own a PS5 and I don't think I ever will. I'm more of a PC gamer myself, you know? And if there's something I learned is that if you want a more efficient system, you have to deal with caveats such as exclusivity deals, meaning that you will only get to play that game much later. That is why I'll only get to play this game in December. I gotta compromise somehow. But there's other games I'm really looking forward to play in the future. 2023 has been an amazing year for gaming, and I can tell you that the future has even more amazing surprises waiting for me to get my hands on. Stay with me because I'm going to tell you about my most anticipated games for the future. Roll the... You know what? No intro this time. People skip it anyway. That Stranding is a curious case of love it or hate it. In my case, I loved it. I actually did. Even if the story is really convoluted, has weird pacing, and most of the time you'll just be going from place A to place B. And you know what? I do not care. I actually love doing simple objectives like those to progress in the story, and I loved it even more when I discovered the crazy vehicles you can get during your playthrough. So I was quite shocked when Death Stranding 2 was announced with a trailer equally confusing as the first one. Norman Reedus is old now and we don't really know why. I guess I'll have to play Amazon Delivery Simulator with Devils Part 2 if I want to find out. Jokes aside, there was a lot of detail in the first game, so I truly can't wrap my head around the new ideas they want to implement in the sequel. I do know what to expect in some regards, but just like the first game, I'm ready to grab my hair trying to understand the plot and tie the knots together. But even though I love games like Death Stranding, I am also excited for this other game that caught my attention for years now. A game that was rumored to be fake, only to have even more trailers released year after year and finally a release date. Black Myth Wukong must be the first mind-blowing trailer I've seen in years. A Souls-like game based on the story of Journey to the West with Wukong as a protagonist? The inspiration for Goku? Amen! And as far as I understand, this game is rather faithful to the story of the book, with a darker tone created for cinematic and entertainment purposes, which I support honestly. I mean, if Lies of P managed to give a darker twist to the story of Pinocchio, why wouldn't a Chinese myth get the same treatment? This game looks exciting, difficult, gruesome, unforgiving, and polished. At least for now. My only concern with this game would be if the game would be optimized enough for graphic cards from all over the world, because it looks intense. Seriously, the amount of detail this game shows might either blow your mind or your graphics card. Also, I'm planning to play it with the original Chinese voice acting because of immersion. I mean, the game looks too realistic already. Why wouldn't I take it a step further? But if we are going to talk about a game being realistic, oh man. This one made me drop my jaw to the floor. Unrecord is the first graphically impressive game that made the entire web be suspicious of the creator. What you're seeing right now is not live footage, but real gameplay instead. You know you've done a good job when your project looks so realistic, you need to prove everyone that the footage is real and not a scam. Having your game accused of being recorded footage is the greatest accomplishment you can get as a developer. In my experience, the only realistic experiences I've ever had with shooting games have been Battlefield 3, when it was launched, Escape from Tarkov and Hell Let Loose, but never had I seen such a graphic jump in this era until Unrecord was shown for the first time. For the time being, there's no beta or test of this game, so at the moment it just remains as an announced project ready to be released sometime in the future. What I can tell you though is that I'll be playing the beta for sure. If I ever get to play it, let me know in the comments if you would like me to stream the gameplay and upload it here. Also, while we're at it, would you subscribe to my channel please? I work really hard on my videos and I would truly appreciate it. Thank you. Moving on to the next game. Clock Tower is not a very well-known name these days, but back then, boy oh boy, was this game scary and goofy. The premise is very simple. You need to escape from an assassin that will kill you with giant scissors. Yeah, I told you it was goofy, but the premise of this game is amazing because it's one of the first real survivor horror games. You don't get to fight the seasoned man. You need to hide, escape, and incapacitate him so that you can escape. The best feature of this game is that there's not a single way to win, there's multiple options. This emphasizes the importance of choice and quick thinking you need in a situation such as this one, and that reflects on the gameplay. I am tired of multiple choice games where the outcome is either good or bad or both lead to the same result. Here, many options can lead to good or bad results, and I'm eager to see what's to come. This is a game I was not expecting to have a remake of, but here we are, and I can't wait to play it. But you know what else I was not expecting? Final Fantasy IX getting a remake. Yeah, there's no official confirmation from Square Enix in regards of this game, but I'll tell you why I'm putting this on the list. On September 12th of 2021, there was a massive leak from Nvidia where we were told about the upcoming games for consoles and PC. A lot of these games are yet to be announced, but the interesting part is that a lot of these have been confirmed as years went by. God of War was ported to PC. Chrono Cross Remastered was announced, Resident Evil 4 Remake was successfully released and a DLC is coming soon, and Final Fantasy IX Remake was in that list as well. The great thing is that Final Fantasy IX is one of the greatest games in the franchise and one that deserves the same respect and treatment that Final Fantasy VII got. The bad thing is that they skipped Final Fantasy VIII, and if you have seen my video of games that deserve a remake, if not, go check it out here. Final Fantasy VIII is not only a game that deserves a remake, but needs it to fix a lot of its issues. Nonetheless, it doesn't stop me from being excited to see this game remade and expanding on the story, just like they did with 7. But that's not the only RPG game that caught me by surprise. No, the one that made me grin like a little kid when it was announced was Super Mario RPG Remake. I'll state the obvious, I don't have a Switch, but I may be planning to get one just to play Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Odyssey, Smash Ultimate, and Super Mario RPG. This game is one of the most beautiful RPGs I've ever played in my life, and it made me furious not to see some love being shared to Geno, one of the greatest characters ever created in the Mario universe. Mallow was alright, but come on, it's Geno. Anyway, you know a game means a lot to you if you're even considering the idea of purchasing a console just to enjoy a remake of a game you enjoyed a lot as a kid. But for that to happen, I need to get some money. Please share my video so I can get monetized, please. But now, the last game I can't wait to play is not a surprise. It's very basic, and I know I'm not the only one. You see, recently I received a massive amount of support from people despite the fact that I've never played Skyrim before. And you know why that is? Because at that time, I was more invested in playing GTA 4 and GTA 5. In my opinion, the story of GTA 4 is way superior than the one in GTA 5, but that's a matter of taste. What won't be discussed though, and we'll globally agree on this one, is that we need the release of GTA 6. Yes, we have seen the leaks, we have heard the theories, we know there's a lot going on in Rockstar, and the latest remaster of previous games were atrocious. But for this one, I have faith. Going back to Vice City, the place where we played as Tony Vercetti, and getting a new entry after more than 10 years. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 was bloody amazing, and the technical advancements employed in that game set the bar way too high for modern games. So imagine all the things we're going to see in GTA 6. Just remember that when the game was released, copies were sold out everywhere. When the online server was up, it crashed after only 30 minutes, and when it was given out for free on Epic Games, the launcher crashed due to high demand. This one is definitely not just mine, but everyone's most anticipated game, if I'm not mistaken. But if I'm not right, and there's another game that people are more eager to play, which one would it be? What's your opinion? Do you have any other game that you think it's going to break the internet? Let me know in the comments so I can read it and be part of the discussion. This has been Juano, and thank you again for watching.